What's going on, everybody? C4 here, and welcome back to the regular season, call it that, finale of the realistic rebuilds here in Madden 19. This is the last team we've yet to do, and we kind of said the best potential team to do for last. I think maybe the most interesting team to do for last year in the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, is this the end of the realistic rebuilds? I mean, usually we kind of revisit a couple other teams once we finish the first run of the first 32. Maybe rebuilds that we failed that were really fun, and I have a bunch of other rebuild ideas, trust me now, with like the old school rosters that we can use and different ideas. So like the rebuilds aren't going away, but for the realistic rebuilds, this potentially, but unlikely, could be the last one of the year. But at least we're going to go with the bang with a roster that is very interesting to try to take over and to try to make a competitive team. So looking at the Jacksonville Jaguars at quarterback, we have Blake Bortles here. Cody Kessler. We're clearly going to be trying to get a quarterback and replace one. I'm going to be trying, I have an idea of how I'm going to want to rebuild this QB position. There's still a really big name quarterback. You probably can tell by the thumbnail that we've yet to use. But, I mean, we can't guarantee that we will get him or not. It will be a little bit of a risk. But, hey, we got to get a new quarterback. Blake Bortles is not the option. Running back, we've Leonard Fournette, 23.85 with a quick dev. I mean, we're hoping that we can continue, even though right now it looks like his career is a little bit in jeopardy just because he's so inconsistently on the field, and there's a little bit of a blow-up between him and the staff. But we're going to commit to Leonard Fournette to being our long-term running back. We got some nice little running backs here as well. What we're going to do is we're going to throw old Carlos Hyde here up on the trade block, see if we can get any value there. But you have some interesting options behind Leonard Fournette and TJ Yeldon and Corey Grant. Wide receiver, we don't really have a dominant wide receiver one, but we have some all-right capable guys. We got Marquise Lee, 81 quick dev. He's 26. We got D.D. Westbrook, 80 quick. He's 24. We got Keelan Cole, 78 quick, 25. Dante Moncrief's not terrible. DJ Chark, Rashad Green. So, I mean, we got to find which one of these guys is going to want to stand out. Who wants to impress? Tight end, we got Austin Seferian-Jenkins, 25 with an 81 normal dev. I mean, he could actually be our long-term option here at tight end. Offensive line, we got Cam Robinson, 22 years old, 77 quick dev, left tackle. Should be our long-term tackle. I don't foresee needing a replacement there. We got Andrew Norwell, who was one of the big free agency signings last year. He's 26, which is an all-right, pretty good age for the rebuild. He and Brandon Linder hoping can hold on, and we pretty much have our left side of the offensive line built to the center for this rebuild. The other side needs a little bit of work. Right guard, we have A.J. Cann and Jerry Parnell. Definitely need to, improve that a little bit. We have Calais Campbell here, defensive end, at 32 years old. Is pretty much a band-aid for this rebuild. We'll probably get 2 years out of him, but he is still playing at a very high level. And I feel like knowing Calais Campbell, like I know Calais Campbell, like we know each other on a personal level, Facebook friends, he should not regress too bad. Like he should hold his value pretty good up in these, old age. We have Yannick Ngakoue on the other side. He's an absolute stud. 85 quick dev. He is, franchise player on the defensive side for us. On the D tackle, here's what we're doing. I moved Taven Bryan into D tackle. I think you'll see more snaps there than a defensive end right now. So because of that, I've made Avery Jones, Malik Jackson, and Marcel Darris. We've thrown them all up on the trade block. We're going to see if we can just move a couple of these bodies, move some salary cap around, get some picks, and get the young guys. Ideally, in a perfect world, we'd keep one of these two. We'd keep one. Let's see. Marcel Darris has a quick. Malik Jackson has a quick. So, I mean, ideally, we'd have either a Darius or Jackson to pair with Taven Bryan as their starting D tackle, so we can move Avery Jones and one of these guys for a draft pick. Linebacking core is outside of Leon Jacobs, who actually a user. He's a user god. We've used him in a couple actually streams and stuff. We used him in pink slips. He was really good. He was in the Huskies, and he had like 10 sacks as a user. Hopefully, he can put it together here in the sim, and we can actually keep him. But outside of that, we got Miles Jack, franchise player. We got Telvin Smith, who's going to be really good. The 27 age there is a little bit concerning, but should still be fine for the most part. Corner, we have Jalen Ramsey, best corner in Madden. A.J. Boye is really good, but at 27, he's going to start to regress sooner than later. And then who do we have for that third corner? Probably going to need to draft one sooner than later and get DJ Hayden's kind of ugly contract off the books. Free safety, Sean Gibson, not bad. He's serviceable for the time being, but not a great age. And at strong safety, you have Ronnie Harrison, 74 quick dev, knowing that safeties, for whatever reason, with my sliders, my XP sliders, develop very nicely. Ronnie Harrison should very well be our long-term option at strong safety. Decent special teams here in Josh Lambo and Logan Cook. So, it's a pretty good base roster. I mean, right now we do have some salary cap concerns, but I think after a year or two, we should get everything on the book side of things looking pretty good. There's not a whole lot of holes, so this should be a successful rebuild, a final rebuild that we end up with a Super Bowl win, and make sure that we finish in the positive category here for the realistic rebuilds in terms of wins and losses in the big picture. So let's get into it. All right, so look at the offers here. We got Marcel Darius got some incredibly interesting offers. Now, we got for the Pittsburgh Steelers a future first, a fifth, and a seventh, and I feel like that would be that's the draft that I want to get my quarterback in. But is that just taking too much? And then I said we needed another corner, and Dallas is offering us Anthony Brown, a second-round pick, and a seventh, and then the Chargers are offering us Trevor Williams, a third, and a sixth. So obviously Trevor Williams isn't a contract year, that's why they want to get rid of him. Same with Brown, but I know Brown will develop, and I've seen him countless times get up into the 90s. That second-round pick would be big, but is Marcel Darius worth a first-round pick? Probably not, but he's still, from a Madden standpoint, 28 quick dev, 84. That still holds a lot of value within Madden. Like, he will still get up to probably the high 80s for a couple years now. It's a good problem to have, but I feel like we are going to get, because I think for the quarterback that we're gonna want to get in 2020, we're gonna need as many picks as humanly possible to make that happen. But can we get it with a second? If we have a second and a first, we could pair those and move up in the first, because quarterbacks always slip. Oh, it's so difficult. What decision to make? I feel like if I make a trade for a player like this, no one's going to criticize me, but I've traded Marcel Darius for a first rounder. People are going to give me a bunch of shit. All right, we're going to do this one. We'll take this pick from Dallas. We still get a second rounder, and we get a really good corner that can help fill out our depth chart. We got another trade. We're just going to start moving some players. We got a 2020 third-round pick from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in exchange for Mr. Carlos Hyde. Moving on from Dante Moncrief from the Raiders. We got a 2020 fourth-round pick. I'll take it. We will take that all day long. All right, so we're at the midway point of year number one, and we're in the hunt. We're in the hunt with Blake Bortles for that wild card spot. The Colts are just gone off like a goddamn rocket ship, 7-1, but we're 4-3-1, which is, we're right in that mix for the last two spots in the playoffs. But first, look at our contracts here. Some interesting ones. We'll start down here. Like a lot of fat's gonna get trimmed because we don't have a whole lot of salary cap. So obviously, role players in real life, Corey Grant, TJ Yeldon, would have a lot more value than what they would. But I just feel like there's, even Lambeau. Lambeau's a really good kicker. I actually think in real life he got himself a new contract. It's just, we can't have $10 million for a kicker. Kickers are not that important in the sim. So looks like pretty much everyone here, unless, I think probably Anthony Brown, the guy that we traded from the Dallas Cowboys, he probably is going to come up right in the offseason for whatever reason. Players you sign as free agents or trade for, you can never re-sign them mid-season, which is kind of dumb. We got to let these guys go because we have to be cap conscientious. So we are at the end of year number one, and we cracked the playoffs. Unlike the Jags in real life, with a 10-5-1 record, that's not that bad, but let's be completely honest. This is a very, very talented roster and one of the best defenses in the league, and a really well-rounded offense, to be completely honest with you. But runners up in the NFC South. The Colts were just a goddamn rocket from the very beginning of the season, just blasting off with a great record. But look at this. Blake Bortles with 37 passing touchdowns, almost 4,000 passing yards, 37 touchdowns to 12 picks. That's a real good year. And that's pretty good because we're planning on getting a quarterback next season and not this season. So I'll take that. Run the ball, good rushing attack, almost 1,400 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns from Leonard Fournette. Yeldon, who's going to hit free agency, really good year, 500 yards, 9 touchdowns. I'll take that every day of the week. D.D. Westbrook, 92 catches, 1,300 yards, 14 touchdowns. I mean, yes, he was playing out of the slot. That's still really, really good. Safarian Jenkins, 74 catches, 700 yards, 6, 850, and 5 from Marquise Lee. A little bit disappointed from the numbers there from Keelan Cole, but it is what it is. Defensively, we got 104 tackles from Telvin Smith, 10 TFLs, 2 sacks, and a pick. We got 10.5 sacks from Malik Jackson, 18 TFLs, 16 TFLs, 9 sacks from Calais Campbell. A little bit of a disappointing year from Ngakoue, but, again, is what it is. 5 picks from Jalen Ramsey. Love to see that. Really good play from our secondary. Yearly awards, we got MVP went to Tom Brady, with Blake Bortles coming in at 6. I should have just thought of this all along, because Blake Bortles always is a sim god for whatever reason. And I don't know why we were doubting him. Offensive player in the AFC went to Tom Brady, with Blake Bortles coming in at 6. Defensive player went to Anthony Walker. We had nobody. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Lamar Jackson. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Jerome Baker. And we got slept on. But we did get a lot of XP for one player in particular. 4 skill points for D.D. Westbrook, as you saw with the ridiculous year. He made the Pro Bowl, wide receiver of the year in the AFC, and got that star dev trait. So that is huge for us as we look to build, franchise players. I mean, he was like, what, a 3rd-round pick or something like that? So he is on a very affordable deal, and he's going to be almost a 90 overall player, which is going to be massive for Blake Bortles and for whoever we bring in at quarterback, if we even need to do that anymore. But I like seeing this kind of year from D.D. Westbrook. It makes me excited about what we're building here in Jacksonville. But all that being said, year 1, we got our playoffs. We're going to Arrowhead Stadium. It's going to be very, very chilly to take on the 9-6-1 Patty Mahomes Kansas City Chiefs. All right, here we go. Am I worried? Not one damn bit. You know why? Because we're the underdogs, and the underdogs in the sim always play very well. So we jump into a 7-3 lead here in the first quarter. Kansas City's able to equalize. Actually go ahead with a tutty of their own, but here we are in field goal range, tied up at 10 apiece as we go through the second quarter. Our defense is playing about as good as you could hope, I guess, against the Kansas City Chiefs offense, but I definitely would like to get a touchdown here, which we do, to cut the lead to 3 as we get into the second half. And we're moving the ball pretty well. We're in field goal range to tie it up, worst case scenario, which we do, 20 apiece. We did give Josh Lambo a brand new contract, so I hope he makes all of his kicks. That would be dope. In the fourth quarter, though, we are collapsing. 3 and out. Kansas City gets a touchdown. They get a touchdown and a field goal. 10 points in the fourth quarter for the Chiefs unanswered as we falter and lose as the underdog, which is always disappointing. Not a bad game for Blake Bortles. 330 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. Played a little bit better than Patrick Mahomes, but still unable to get the job done, which I guess it is kind of frustrating because you do think about the Jacksonville Jaguars. A lot of their good players are kind of old, so there is it's a mish. There's a lot more good young players on the Jags than there are old players, but there still is a short window for a lot of our like AJ Boye and Calais Campbell. Like these guys here, we need to win right now for them, and sucks losing this year, but hey, we might have found something in Blake Bortles, so let's just hop into the offseason and get that much better for year number 2. So in a free agent period that did have Le'Veon Bell, we did not sign anybody just because there was no one that was really tickling our fancy. So here's how our draft went. In the first round, we got Dalton Reisner, the right tackle from Kansas State, will start at right tackle, 74 quick dev. In the second round, we're thinking best value available. We got Garrett Bradbury, who's a 75 quick dev center, which then gives us the luxury to take Brandon Linder, who's incredibly versatile, and move him from center. Didn't give up a single sack last year. We're going to move him to be our starting right guard. So with this move, we have solidified our offensive line for the rest of the rebuild. Third round, because we lost TJ Yeldon and Corey Grant, we had to bring in a running back. We got Devin Singletary, 73 quick dev from Florida Atlantic. Going to be a good compliment in there to Mr. Leonard Fournette. Then we just pretty much filled out depth. We got a new center, Dawson Knox at tight end, 71 overall from Ole Miss. Great athlete, Lester Cotton. We got Chase Hansen, and we got a brand new starting fullback, 70 overall, Winston Demel in the 7th round out of UTEP. So a very, very well-rounded draft class and set things up for the remainder of the rebuild. And before we start year number 2, very special moment as, well, I mean, I feel like he started as a 9-9, but maybe not. Was he a member of the 9-9 club when the game came out? Wasn't exactly, I can't confirm nor deny, but he has got here once again for our squad, Mr. Jalen Ramsey. In my opinion, even though he had a little bit of a down year IRL, I still think, for my money, he's the best corner in football. He's everything you want in a corner. He's the kind of guy that's like, oh, hey, can you cover guys? Yep. Oh, can you also play a little safety? Like, he's the complete defensive back. So shout out to number 20 for getting back up to that 99 overall. And introducing yourself to our roster here in year number 2. Some changes, like I said. So we have Garrett Bradbury here, who starts at center. Brandon Linder switches out to right guard. We have Dalton Reisner at right tackle. So a new right side of the offensive line, but I feel like this is going to be a really, really good unit going forward. We got Safarian Jenkins and Dawson Knox at tight end. Offense stays pretty much the same. I wonder if this sub-80 overall Blake Bortles is still going to be just tossing darts. You know, let's see, get it? Because he also said if he wasn't playing football, he'd be ripping SIGs, working construction. That's dart called SIGs up here in Canada. Yeah, we'll see what he can do. We got Fournette's up to 90. We got Singletary now is his new backup. D.D. Westbrook, maybe our new superstar wide receiver. 87 star dev. That's a thing of beauty. But it could also be a scenario of whoever we play at our slot wide receiver plays very, very well. So I think we're going to kind of balance it out here. Because wait, is DJ Chark, does he have quick dev? He has quick dev as well. I feel like for arguments, you know what? I'm going to make DJ Chark our slot just because Keelan Cole will get him to like the mid-80s. DJ Westbrook might get in the 90s. Marquise Lee's pretty much get a hold onto his rating. So maybe make a DJ Chark the slot and gets all those sick points we can maybe have another 80 wide receiver on our hands, which will make things easier come cap time. Defense is a 91 overall, very good defense. No real changes to highlight here. Still kind of technically have a weak spot at left outside linebacker. But when you only have one glaring weakness, it's not even that glaring, you don't have a whole lot of problems. So I expect our defense to be incredibly dominant here yet again as we look to make back-to-back playoffs and maybe go a little bit deeper than one and done this time. At about the midway of year number 2, looks like the Blake Bortles shoe is dropped, is that what they call it, for like Cinderella, because not playing very well. Not playing very well at all. We're last in the AFC South, which I guess, the plan all along was to get a quarterback this year, and it's looking like everything's just working out, because this is still a very, very good team. Definitely not a 2-5 team. 87 overall, 87 offense, 93 defense. But yeah, and here's why we didn't sign anyone in free agency, because very expensive. It's going to be very expensive here. Jalen Ramsey, for whatever reason, lost his superstar dev trait. Not worried about, though. We're still going to give him a very big contract. Miles Jack, need to retain him. Thank you very much. And the fact that we're doing this all with still like Blake Bortles' contract on the books is pretty great, that all these players still want to stick around. Anthony Brown, the player we got in the trade, wants to stay. Austin Jenkins, still a pretty damn good tight end at 26 quick dev, wants to stay around. Keelan Cole, developing as a very nice wide receiver. 21 milli is... if he wants to bend us over, he is expendable. We could basically expend one wide receiver. I'd much rather keep Keelan Cole and maybe say dump Marquise Lee. I'll double check that out and we'll figure out what we're gonna do with Keelan Cole. At the end of year number 2, we made the playoffs again with an 8-8 record. That's ridiculous, but we will take it. That was a very competitive AFC South. Looking at some individual awards, we had, look at that, man, 3 big ones to talk about. Devin Singletary as our running back 2. Made Offensive Rookie of the Year, made the Pro Bowl, so we'll take that. D.D. Westbrook, Sim God, Wide Receiver of the Year, another Pro Bowl, a Superstar Dev Trait boost. We got Yannick Ngakoue here, also had a really nice season, making another Pro Bowl and getting that bump up to a Star Dev. So we'll spend those points just a little bit. I won't hold you guys up with that, but we made the back-to-back playoffs. You'll love to see it, and we're that sneaky 8-8 team. That might actually fare better for us than what it usually be. Blake Bortles again, another pretty good season. Very pretty good. Sure, why not? 4,100 passing yards, 36 touchdowns, 60. I mean, the touchdowns are pretty bad. Let's be honest. That's always kind of been the issue with Blake Bortles. And I think if the quarterback is where we want, the quarterback that we do want is there, we'll probably still draft him, because I feel like this is much more of the offense and scheme around Blake Bortles than it is Blake Bortles himself. But I might not cut Blake Bortles right away. That we'll figure out, because it'll be kind of tough to cut a guy that got almost 70 touchdowns in 2 years. But getting his replacement and still keeping him on the roster, just to open up competition, that's a little bit more realistic. So Devin Singletary had 300 yards, 6 rushing touchdowns to throw in 3, 4. We'll say about 509 touchdowns. Got him Rookie of the Year. So it is what it is. We'll take it. But still a good year for Leonard Fournette. Almost 1,400 yards, 6 touchdowns. From a receiving standpoint, D.D. Westbrook is a god. 89 catches, 1,400 yards, 13 touchdowns. I kind of hate that I found this out this late, because D.D. Westbrook is a very easy, well, not very easy, but a realistic trade target, because sometimes he will be like the third or second wide receiver on the Jags, so you could probably try to finesse him just a little bit if you want. Marquise Lee had a nice year, 76 catches, almost 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. Keelan Cole was all right. Safarian Jenkins was all right. Defensively, we got 99 tackles from Telvin Smith, 5 TFLs, 3 sacks, and a pick. 9 sacks, 22 tackles for loss from Calais Campbell. What a goddamn legend. Good year from Lake Jackson. Good year from Yannick Ngakoue, 17 TFLs, 8 sacks. Picks were down, but still we got a lot of turnovers total in the secondary, so I'll take that. Yearly awards, MVP went to Saquon Barkley. Coach of the Year did not go to Demetrius Turner. Gotta love that guy. Offensive Player of the Year in the AFC went to Baker Mayfield, with Blake Bortles coming in at number 7. Defense Player of the Year went to Anthony Walker. I think that's back-to-back years. Anthony Walker got the award, so I mean, shout out to him. We've had no one make this list. Horrible. Devin Singletary won Offensive Rookie of the Year, which is kind of ridiculous, as we have our fullback DeMello at number 5, Dawson Knox at 7, Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Devin White. So hey, shout out to our rookies. Shout out to our rookies for getting some clout there. So we made the playoffs. 8-8 sleeper team going on the road to Cleveland. Hey, let's not be one and done. Because right now I need more Coach XP, because we're getting a maybe, most likely getting a rookie quarterback. We need to get that QB XP boost, which is like almost 4,000 XP. So it would be nice to get a little bit of a playoff run here and help us out there. Alrighty, here we go. Let's 8-8 Jags, baby. Be terrified. All right, just be terrified of what we're bringing. Our defense, that is like a 95. Ain't doing shit right now, but hey, we're turning around. We got that 21-17 lead. It's just, what defense? Who needs defense, right? That's what the sim says. Every time you hit OK on the sim, it just goes, who needs defense? But we're playing all right here. Going back and forth of a nonchalant third quarter. We got an 8-point lead. I assume that they will get a touchdown. And not only will we get a touchdown, they will get a 2-point conversion at some point. But this could be it, man. We have the ball here. 2:04. We kick the field goal. This game could be over. And I think we got it. That sleeper. That 8-8 sleeper Jacksonville Jaguars goes into Cleveland and knocks out the Browns. Blake Bortles, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns on the day, 126 rushing yards from Leonard Fournette as the Jags move past the Cleveland Browns, 31-20. All right, into the divisional round, we're going up against a rival in the Indianapolis Colts. Now, no one really knows much about the AFC South, but is this really a big rivalry? Like, I do not know any rivalry in the South. But we're going to assume this is, as it's opened up very, very quick, 10-10 in the first half. This is a very talented Colts team that has defending Defensive Player of the Year, Anthony Walker, 2-time. Pulling a little bit of an Aaron Donald over here. As our offense is struggling right now against this Colts defense. Down 14 in the third quarter. Be huge if we can pull it back within 7 into the fourth. Our defense needs to go. Our defense just is falling flat in their face here. But we are trying our best to keep it up. Keep it up. Come on. Like that Viagra. Get that Cialis, boy. Down 14. We just have not been able to get rid of that 14-point deficit. And we fall. And oh, come on. We have like a 96 defense. And we're giving up 400 yards, 5 touchdowns to Andrew Luck. Like, the sim just doesn't care about defense. So frustrating. But what is good is now Blake Bortles might have some trade value if we want to look at getting a quarterback. If we get that quarterback, that's what we're going to do. I think some team, 70-some touchdowns back-to-back for Blake Bortles. Some team will give us a first-rounder for him next year, I think. So we found it. Blake Bortles, so that's 70 touchdowns in the last 2 years. The second-round pick that we picked up, I think, in the trade for Marcel Darius, and the third-round pick we got from the whatever team we traded Dante Moncrief for. We were able to trade up into the top 5 to select, hopefully, the quarterback of our dreams. All right, another offseason, another draft is here, and this is probably top 5 draft that I've had. Obviously, I had 2 first-round picks, which helps it out, but I'd say definitely top 5 draft, if not the best draft we have had yet to date in the realistic rebuilds. Just home runs after home runs. In the first round, at pick 4, it is time finally to bring in Justin Herbert, the quarterback from Oregon. In many people's opinion, the best quarterback, not named Trevor Lawrence, in college football. Thought if he would have declared this year, he would have been the #1 quarterback over Dwayne Haskins and Kyler Murray. I firmly believe that. But he went back to school, so now he is our franchise quarterback with using the pick here that we got for Mr. Blake Bortles. We got an 80-star dev quarterback, which was easy to make Justin Herbert. I actually think there was a 78 superstar, so I don't know what I would rather, 78 superstar, 80-star. I feel like we're pretty good either way. But I guess technically he would be the second best quarterback from this class. So it wasn't as perfect as it could have been, but still pretty damn good. Then with our second first-round pick at 25, we got A.J. Apenza, who is regarded as one of the best edge rushers in college football for Iowa. 80 quick dev. He's 21 too, which helps. So I guess, it's good to land this guy because Calais Campbell's starting to get a little bit older. Maybe we'll need to have a cap casualty at some point, but another very talented edge rusher. Then the second round, we got a 76-star dev linebacker, which we made John Havel from Syracuse, 23 years old. Really nice cover linebacker. Probably is going to have an opportunity to start. I mean, that left outside linebacker role has been kind of the weak link of our defense, so welcome him to the team. We got Vaughn Ellis, a 77 quick dev tackle, just another really good pick. And then the fourth round, you probably know this guy is Khaleke Hudson. We got a 76, should be a 77, already has a confidence boost. Star dev safety. I think he was like a top 10 player in the draft. 21. That is awesome. And I mean, it's also another kind of forward-thinking position. Like we got Apenza to eventually replace Calais Campbell potentially. Now we got Khaleke Hudson with our other aging defender at safety, Sean Gibson. So that was really good. We got a 71 corner in the 5th round and then a 68 strong safety here. In the 6th. But this is a phenomenal draft. Maybe not necessarily the highest in terms of pure point overall, but for the fact that we got a bunch of 75 pluses and a lot. What do we got? We got 1, Do we got 3-star devs? 3 stars and a quick. You can't do much better than that. So as we're ready to start year number 3, roster's looking real good. 90 overall, 91 offense, 93 defense. Changes on the offensive side, nothing too crazy. We're seeing the development of a lot of different players here. Singletary's up to an 81. We got Justin Herbert, which is probably the biggest. He got his identical twin here in Dimmel. But Justin Herbert there, 80 overall, will be starting. We brought in Fitzmagic to be his backup to kind of help that out. But, man, my God, what an offense. Defensively, 93, even though it doesn't matter in the sim. Taven Bryan slid in there to defensive tackle, and we're going to use Apenza. Where we were using Taven Bryan last as our sub-package defensive end. Outside of that, AJ Boye is holding on to his rating pretty good. We got Sean Gibson here. Khalil Hudson, I want to get him involved, so he's actually going to be our money backer for the time being to help him get some overall rating, just because he's not ready to take over for Sean Gibson just yet. But very scary team, I think. And this is only year 3. I don't really see anyone that's going to drastically regress between now and year 5. In terms of age, you might see Safarian Jenkins, Marquise Lee, Malik Jack. We're probably going to need another D tackle. But other than that, man, this team has got to hold this rating and only going to get better. So there's a legit shot. This could be our most overpowered team yet. But we're here to year number 3. Let's see if we can make the playoffs for the 3rd straight year and get a couple wins and maybe get a Super Bowl with a very talented rookie quarterback in Justin Herbert. And the midway point of year number 3, 5-3 record. Not terrible. Not terrible for a rookie quarterback. First in the AFC South. I don't think we've had a AFC South title yet, so that could be a first. Looking at contracts here, we got D.D. Westbrook, who absolutely is going to get re-signed. He's a phenom. He's a freak of nature. I'm pretty sure he'll get his 99 gloves. Another guy that is hoping to get his 99 gloves at some point this rebuild is Leonard Fournette, so we'll get him locked up. Calais Campbell is still playing very good, so we're going to see if we can take this, and he wants the money, so we'll take it. I think we're going to let Malik Jackson walk, and we're going to move Calais Campbell into D-tackle. I feel like that's probably what's going to be better for the team long-term. We got Cam Robinson here. We'll get him locked up. Dwayne Smoot has actually been kind of nice, but we're going to have to save a little bit of Skrilla. Now, the thing that's going to help us out is now we're going to be playing on Justin Herbert's rookie contract, which should make it kind of easy to re-sign some of these players for the coming years. But this is what we'll do with our contract right now. Because we got Khalil Hudson to eventually take over for Gibson. And like I said, we'll move Calais Campbell in there. He's older, 4 years different, but we'll move him into D-tackle. And I think that'll help get the most and maximize our defensive line. At the end of year number 3, got a first-round bye, baby. First AFC South title, 10-6. Really good record. And look at this. Khalil Hudson, 6 points. Oh, it's good. Makes the Pro Bowl. Defensive Rookie of the Year. Gets the superstar dev trait to just top out what was a goddamn near once-in-a-lifetime draft class. Look at the stats. Justin Herbert was pretty good. Did not miss a beat from really the production we're getting from Blake Bortles. 3,600 passing yards, 30 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. Almost 1,300 yards, 12 touchdowns from Fournette. Singletary and Fournette is one hell of a running back tandem. No huge year from D.D. Westbrook. I mean, a change of quarterback, got to work on that chemistry, but still a good year. 78 catches, 950 yards, 8 touchdowns. That's a good production, around the rest of the depth chart there. 130 tackles, almost. 6 TFLs, 7 sacks, 2 picks from Miles Jack. That is a monster year. 11 TFLs, 8 sacks from Calais Campbell and Gawkway. 15 TFLs, 7 sacks. Taven Bryan had a good year. Malik Jackson had a good year. Just really good production. 4 picks, AJ Boye. The rest of the secondary did very well. Yearly awards, Matt Ryan got himself the MVP award. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Phillip Rivers. Leonard Fournette at 8. Justin Herbert at 9. Defensive Player of the Year went to Miles Jack. So, good God, he's a monster. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Justin Herbert. Yup. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Khalil Hudson. John Havel at 3. Apenza at 4. Just dominance from the Jacksonville Jaguars as we head into our first round bye. And we find out in the divisional round, we're going to be taking on a rematch from last year's playoff victory, the 10-6 Cleveland Browns. So it would be huge for us to get at least one playoff win early in the career of Justin Herbert. So that's really my goal. Just get one. Don't be one and done. Get some confidence for this squad going forward. But settling for 2 field goals. Both time we've sniffed the red zone. Not the best. Can we buy a touchdown? Please, for God's sake. Our defense is playing pretty well. Our now 99 overall defense by spending those points for Khalil Hudson. So would be pretty nice if, we could reward them for only giving up 10 points to Baker Mayfield, who kind of is a Madden god. There we go. Finally get a touchdown, a 3-point lead entering the 4th quarter. Our defense is playing well, man. Our offense can't just shoot ourselves in the foot. We get the touchdown, a 7-point lead with 2 minutes to go. Let's see this 99 defense flex on them and just don't do anything. But then we get the instant touchdown. There we go. Justin Herbert somehow finds a way. He got those 2 touchdowns, so he was responsible for that last little touch. Let's see what happened. Who got the play of the game there? We got, would have been Devin Singletary, 38-yard touchdown run. Sure, why not? Appreciate you. After Leonard Fournette toted the rock 30 times for 106 yards, Justin Herbert outdueled Baker Mayfield, who at this point in time was the best quarterbacks in the league. We'll take it as the Jags are going to the AFC Championship game to take the winner of the Chiefs or Chargers. Either way, pretty terrified about going up against either one of those teams. Championship game against the Chargers, a battle of 10-6 teams, so I don't know who's going to get the sim advantage, so I feel like it'll be a pretty close game. Trading field goals here in the first quarter. Both defenses are playing pretty well, and both these defenses are just loaded in talent, so kind of as expected here. So I'd love to get the little touchdown there, going back and forth. Anything they can do, we can hopefully do better in the fourth quarter, going down the field, get the touchdown, 4-point lead. I like it. Defense is playing pretty well. Now we're down 3. Come on. Let's go. Field goal. We miss it. We have one of the best kickers in the league. And we miss the field goal. We make it, so we're down 7, a minute 53. We get the ball back. End of game drive. Can Justin Herbert do it? Third. And he does. Justin Herbert is absolute money. We get the ball after stopping the Chargers in overtime. Super Bowl on the line, and Justin Herbert leads the team with a touchdown drive. Let's see. I want to get that last drive. What happened in overtime? Who did the damn thing? Leonard Fournette, 5-yard touchdown. We had Herbert threw a 40-yard touchdown to Marquise Lee. Look at that. Almost choked it. Almost choked it there in the fourth quarter. I love this team. We got 56 yards from up. Couldn't run the ball, so we decided to air it out. D.D. Westbrook, huge game. Marquise Lee, huge game. Justin Herbert, heading to his first Super Bowl, 373 passing yards, 3 touchdowns on the day as the Jags beat the Chargers 33-27 and await the winner of the NFC West matchup in the championship there, Arizona and LA. I'm playing the Super Bowl. This is going to be our Super Bowl. I want to rock and roll with this team. I know it's year 3, little faux pas. We still got 2 more years to go, but I just feel like there's something special, and I want to play with this team. Terrible start. Oh, let's go Fournette. Get out of here. I mean, if the Rams are wearing those jerseys, those are disgusting jerseys that I never even knew existed. Those need to be set on fire. We're going to beat them just out of principle because they're wearing those ugly things. The disrespect to wear those poop-colored jerseys in the Super Bowl. We're going to run the score up here. All right, 3rd and 4 on the 7. Rams are up 3. Would like to get a score here because you never know what the Sim's going to do with the Rams getting the ball right before the end of the first half. So he's wide open. There we go. Herbert connects with Mr. D.D. Westbrook, who is one of the best wide receivers in football, to get the Jags a go-ahead lead. Oh, we got it. We got it. After a turnover from the Rams. Oh, yeah. Extend that lead just before first half. Woo, 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 woo. We on fire, baby. Oh, my God. Leonard Fournette. Philly, for the love of God, trade Nick Foles to the Jags for Leonard Fournette. I know his contract's kind of ugly. I know he's injury prone, but Leonard Fournette's a freak of nature, and I want him in Philly green. 68-yard touchdown in the Super Bowl for the Jags. We're almost at a point now where we can just sim it out. I feel like we can just put the disrespect on him and sim this game out. That is how much better, how head and shoulders better we are than the Rams. And we're going to choke this. We're not even going to choke it. We're going to win it just like that. Kick it, kick your feet up. You're wearing those diarrhea uniforms, McVay. You don't have what it takes to win the Super Bowl. We have 99 overall running back Leonard Fournette. We have the next great quarterback in Justin Herbert. We have a phenomenal defense with Miles Jack, Defensive Player of the Year. You got Khalil Hudson. You got Jalen Ramsey, 99 overall. You got still old man Calais Campbell producing. Our head coach has glasses, for God's sakes. Glasses that any old person would wear. And we won the Super Bowl. So that is another success. And what are those jerseys, man? Those jerseys look like a goddamn glitch. But we win the Super Bowl. I'm going to have to check it out at the end of the rebuild what the final tally is for wins and losses. But I'm 99.9% sure winning the Super Bowl and making this a successful rebuild with the Jags will 100% guarantee us above 500 for our rebuilds, realistic rebuilds in Madden 19. I know for a fact last year in Madden 18, we were below 500. We lost more rebuilds than we won. I think we've won maybe 2 or 3, maybe upwards of 4 more than we lost this year. So, it's progress. And only hopefully we get better there in Madden 20. As Leonard Fournette wins himself a Super Bowl MVP, 2 touchdowns on the day. Rightful winner there. And I'm not, I want to be honest, not a huge fan of the Jags unis there as well. I think the teal, I've always been a fan of the teal. So maybe that's on me. I could have made a better, more aesthetic Super Bowl choice. But look at that. Herbert, Fournette. We got old man Westbrook up there. I thought that was Calais Campbell. Jalen Ramsey, just what a victory. Winning the Super Bowl. Now we're playing with house money. Now we just got to worry about building a dynasty. We have a 95 offense, 99 defense for pretty much the next 2 years. I'm going to be upset if we don't win at least one more Super Bowl. But shout out to Justin Herbert as a rookie getting the job done. Now let's head into the year 3 into year 4 offseason. Going into free agency, here's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm going to land Gerald Everett here. And I think because we have outs for 2 players, Austin Seferian-Jenkins and Marquise Lee's contracts, we can get rid of them and just not take much of a hit. So that's why we're going to look at bringing in Chris Godwin, 89 overall. He's 25, and Gerald Everett at tight end, just to help give Justin Herbert that much more weapons on offense. So we did not get Chris Godwin in free agency, which was kind of annoying, but good draft class. We had a good draft class to follow it up. In the first round, we got Jalen Ness, 76, normal dev corner from Idaho. Second round, we got Solomon Colley, 76 normal dev linebacker from Toledo, small school prospects. Look at his name, Kilroy Mahler, tight end, quick dev, blocking primarily from Georgia. Kind of what we needed. We're lacking this on offense, a true blocking tight end to go with Gerald Everett, who's pretty much a glorified wide receiver. So that brings a little bit of balance to our offense. So shout out to Kilroy Mahler. Jesus. Fourth round, we got Keyshawn Murr, 73 normal D tackle. Fourth round, absolute stud, Dixon Hatcher, 77 defensive end, normal dev from Arizona. And then the rest of the draft kind of was average. But hey, let's go defend the goddamn crown, baby. So as we go from year 3 to year 4, our team is scary. 96 overall, 97 offense, 97 defense. As far as changes on the offensive side, we got Gerald Everett, who we landed in free agency. And other than that, nothing has changed. Defensively, still very good, 97. Calais Campbell retired. Ooh. Calais Campbell retired, and we did not have a replacement. Should have paid a little bit more attention. Hopefully we should be able to keep on keeping on. You know what? That's kind of how I feel. We should be able to keep on keeping on. We have a terrifying secondary. Khalik Hudson, 93. Ronnie Harrison, 92. We have A.J. Boye, who's a 90. Jalen Ramsey, who's a 99. And Brown here is an 88. Good luck throwing the ball on us. So let's go defend the crown. Let's start a dynasty down here in Duval and win another Super Bowl. All right, so midway point of year number 4. Pretty good. 5-2 record. We are currently tied for first in the AFC South. It's going to come down to the wire, I think, between us and the Houston Texans. Look at the contracts here. Maybe it's good that we didn't spend a whole lot of money landing, Chris Godwin and stuff, because we have our interior signings that we need to do. Hopefully we can get A.J. Boye back on a 1-year deal, which he did. Taven Bryan is even that much more influential because we lost out on Calais Campbell, retired. Telvin Smith, still at his older age, is still very, very productive. Exactly what we need. We have a really good punter here in Logan Cook, so hey, sure, why not? Marquise Lee's only going to regress, so we'll probably, you know what? 14 mil for DJ Chark. He's good depth in case we can't, but we might hit on. Okay, we'll let everyone else walk, and then worst case scenario, we'll have to figure out and maybe overpay slightly to get a wide receiver back in free agency. But having wide receiver and D tackle really be our only needs entering free agency could be a lot worse. And we have about $30 million worth of salary cap, so we could probably solve those issues this upcoming offseason. And at the end of year number 4, I got that first round bye, baby. And by first round bye, I mean we did it. It's that wonky year 4, guys. We didn't make them. I actually literally thought we got a first round bye. I didn't even clue in to the practice squad guys getting signed because, we're 99-99. Didn't think we'd go 7-9. All right, sure. Look at the stats. Justin Herbert's freaking nature. 39, almost 4,000 passing yards, 40 touchdowns, 12 picks. He's second in the league in passing touchdowns. Leonard Fournette, really good year. Almost 1,300 rushing yards, 7 touchdowns. Devin Singletary, good weapon. Compared to that, Marquise Lee, 83 catches, 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns. Gerald Everett was productive. D.D. Westbrook has yet to reach the... You know what? Because he hasn't been... We moved him out of the slot. We're going to move him back into the slot for next year. We're going to go all in on what we know that works on the offense. A lot of tackles here from Miles Jack, Telvin Smith, and Anthony Brown all got in the hundreds, but 132 tackles there for Miles Jack. We got 7 sacks, 13 TFLs from Taven Bryant, but definitely a step down for the sacks here for sure. Picks, turnovers weren't that bad. Look at the yearly awards. MVP went to Ezekiel Elliott, with Justin Herbert coming in at number 7. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to, that's a little annoying, Blake Bortles at number 1. Justin Herbert at number 4. Leonard Fournette at number 10. Defense Player of the Year went to Von Miller, with Miles Jack coming in at number 6. Telvin Smith at number 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year, we had nobody. Defensive Rookie of the Year, we had Solomon Colley at number 8. So definitely a little bit disappointing, all things considered, but it's just a weird, a 99-99 going 7-9. It's just that wacky year 4, man. Let's get into the offseason, make this team untouchable next year, and then let's go 16-0 and win the Super Bowl. So it is our final free agent period, so it is time to go all in. We have J.J. Watt. There's strategy behind this. Even though they're not officially bitter, we don't want him to stay on the Houston Texans, but we also are going to try to utilize him in a brand new position. I want him to be an undersized defensive tackle and just terrify teams. So we're going to sign him, hopefully, with that audacious bid, and move him into D-tackle. And then we got Michael Gallup at wide receiver, 94 overall. Just completes the absolute unit, as D.D. Westbrook is going to enter year 5, trying to get himself a set of gold gloves. Well, we have max bids, so I'm going to be incredibly upset if we don't get either one of these guys, but we most likely should get both. After signing both J.J. Watt and Michael Gallup, here was our draft class. Very top-heavy, but our first round, we got Belisari, 77 normal dev linebacker. In the second round, 78 normal dev wide receiver, Sherrod Cobb from North Carolina. But our team is stacked. We got J.J. Watt. Oh, boy, let's go. So it's in our 5th and final year. This team is scary good. 99. I don't think it's probably the second best. I feel like we had one team that was a higher overall. But 99 offense, 99 defense. Just read it and weep. Changes on the offense. We did bring in Michael Gallup. That's pretty much it. Justin Herbert's a 93. Fournette trying to get his gold gloves. D.D. Westbrook trying to get his gold gloves. Which we will. I probably want to, just to cut a little bit of time, we probably won't have the gold gloves every night, but they're going to get it 100% this year. Defensively, we're bringing J.J. Watt in at D-tackle. He's a 97 D-tackle. We have a Yannick Ngakwe's 97, gunning for his gold gloves. Same with Hudson and Ronnie Harris. Like, we might have a chance to get our most 99s on a single team. Just good night. All I can say is good night. At the end of year number 5, got that bye. 12-4 record, so that is our second AFC South title. Oh, my God. So we got Fournette, my apologies, did not get the 99, but we got Herbert, who got an unofficial 99. D.D. Westbrook got that 99. We got Khaleke Hudson got the 99. Miles Jack, very close. Same with Ronnie Harrison there. Ngakwe, very close. If we go on a deep playoff run, he'll probably get it. J.J. Watt got that +2 throughout the year. Gunk. This team's good. As we're 12-4. Oh, and of course, we have to find a way to take on the Chargers, who are just unbelievably annoying to take on in the sim. Look at our stats here, though. Justin Herbert, 4,400 passing yards, 41 touchdowns, 5 picks, 1,300 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns from Fournette and Singletary. I mean, that's one of the most iconic, most productive running back tandems we've had in a rebuild. 2,000-yard receivers. Move DJ Westbrook back in the slot. He is a god. Michael Gallup over 1,000 yards. Gerald Everett, 11 touchdowns. Defensively, 120 tackles from Miles Jack. 10.5 sacks. Sacks are down. Definitely considering Taven Bryant's like a 92, J.J. Watt's a 99, and Ngakwe's 98. You definitely expect more sacks, but the TFLs look pretty damn good. Turnovers are really good in the secondary. Best offense, best defense in the league. MVP went to Justin Herbert. There you go. There's probably the title. Justin Herbert wins the MVP. Coach of the Year, we didn't win because whatever. Offensive Player of the Year in the NFC went to Justin Herbert. Defensive Player of the Year went to Miles Jack. I think that's back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards for Miles Jack. Telvin Smith coming in at number 7. So this is just an unbelievably good team, and unfortunately, we have the most terrifying thing you could see if you're an AFC team in a rebuild and you're using the sim. An 8-8 Chargers team in... Oh, this is going to be bad. This is going to be bad, but let's get into it. We already got a Super Bowl at least in hand, but this is going to be pretty ugly. Okay, let's go. 99-99, super overpowered team, and we got the 8-8 Chargers just squeaking into the playoffs. So we open up with a field goal. Not looking so hot. They're, very competitive game. I mean, the Chargers are a good team. You got Derwin James, Joey Bosa. Melvin Gordon. But he missed a field goal too. I like how they threw that one in. Yeah, we missed our field goal attempt on the extra point, so weird looking score, but we have the lead. We have the lead, and our defense is playing pretty well. We're containing the Chargers. This might be good enough to move on, I think. Wow, that's how you know this team's good. That is how you know this team is good. We just took on an 8-8 Chargers team in the sim and held on to win by 6 to move on to the AFC Championship game. Justin Herbert, average game. Fournette went off, 133 rushing yards. I'll take it. Whatever, man. Stats don't care when you play the 8-8 Chargers in the playoffs. So we're moving on to take on the Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship game. All right, this could be even worse. We're taking on the 8-8 Denver Broncos in the AFC Championship game. So we are going up against the two most terrifying things you could see in the sim playoffs. So if we can persevere, that's how you know we have a GOAT squad. So we're trading field goals here. Defense is winning right now down in Duval, but we know we have the better defense. We know we can outlast them. If this is going to be trading field goals, okay, we're the offense that's most likely to break off a touchdown, which we just do to go up 13-6. I like it. I like to see it. I like it a lot. Oh, they're able to equalize. Tied up in the fourth, 13-13. We get another touchdown. Are we going to trade TDs here? We are. Both these defenses are collapsing. So what team wants it more? They turn it over in the red zone. And we're able to settle for a field goal up 3 with 1:13 to go against an 8-8 team. We trade field goals, so this game is going into overtime. And in overtime, we can't do a single damn thing, but we hold them to a field goal attempt. So we can win it with a touchdown and go back to the Super Bowl, which, 4th down. Okay, we're coming in. 4th and 10 on the 50. Okay, 4 verts. 4 verts. They're not wearing diarrhea uniforms like the Rams did, so I don't know if that's going to go against us or not. To win, have an opportunity to win our second Super Bowl of the rebuild. Let's go back with Justin Herbert. Really good defense. And he catches it across the middle. Big time catch, Gerald Everett. That is what I like to see. Thank you very much. We're in the red zone, and we get the game-winning touchdown. Ice in the veins. Ice in the veins. 330, 2 touchdowns on the day for Herbert, 118 rushing yards from Leonard Fournette as the Jags beat the Broncos 29-26 and get back to the Super Bowl. All right, the Super Bowl against the 15-1 Rams. A little bit of a rematch here. Am I worried? Not one damn bit. Not one damn bit. They wear those diarrhea uniforms. Show the disrespect. We should be able to keep it up. So they get an instant touchdown after we get touchdowns. We're trading touchdowns left, right, and center here. High scoring first half. Trying to rival the Eagles-Patriots Super Bowl from Super Bowl 52. So, oh, no, they poisoned us. That's what happened. Sean McVay got sick and tired of not winning the Super Bowl, so he poisoned us at halftime so that we did absolutely nothing in the second half. You hate to see a good poisoning. I mean, credit to McVay. A good poisoning can stop any team. That's clearly what happened there, because it makes no sense for my 9-9 offense to score 0 points in the second half, unless they were poisoned by the NFL's golden child there in Sean McVay. But hey, a successful rebuild nonetheless. We got in there. We beat the Rams 2 years ago to win the Super Bowl, and unfortunately, our team got poisoned in the second half and were unable to win our second straight Super Bowl. But here we go, boys. End up with a dub in the final. I put an asterisk next to it. Might not be the final, but at least in terms of doing all 32 teams, the final realistic rebuild on the channel. I hope you guys did enjoy the series, and if you guys have any ideas for what you want to see for new realistic rebuilds or any new rebuild series, I have my own ideas that are probably gonna work, but I'm always open to more suggestions. Let me know in the comment section below. As always, if you're first time stopping by, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button. Hope you guys did enjoy this rebuild. Very overpowered team. Smash the like button if you'd enjoyed it. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm going to go celebrate my kid's birthday party upstairs. So thank you for watching. I'm going to go eat some cake, get super fat. Later.
Money I'm spending, I'm out and I'm shopping. You talking that shit when you talking and talking. Look at my options, look at me dropping. Ass in the game like who are you stopping? Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. Not me, not me, not never. I'm way too clever. Look at the kid, Mr. Consistent, I'm doing it big. Way too